Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. I'm super excited to try these products. I'm doing the VDL Eyeshadow Primers. I have not one, not two, but all three of them. And I've been super interested to try out what the difference is between them, how to see the makeup with the primer and without the primer. Anyway, I have them in my hand and we're gonna do this. So here it goes. All right, so my name is Svetlana and I am an Avon representative here in Canada. If you would like to ring that little bell and subscribe to my channel, this way the next time I have a video that pops up, you'll be notified. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you leave a comment, I'll really appreciate it because I like to read them. So now that we're talking about makeup, you notice I look like this. There is a reason for that. Today is kind of a dreary, dark, gloomy spring afternoon, and I thought that would be a good day to try products. Just because I'm not going anywhere, so if I look crappy and weird and lopsided, that's okay. Hence, no makeup. I'm wearing none on my face. I'm just wearing a little bit of a lip balm because it's dry. Let's talk about our VDL eyeshadow primers. So VDL stands for Vivid Desires Come to Life. I just love that. Vivid Desires Come to Life. The reason I wanted to do today's video quite a bit is I wanted to see what the eye primers do for the eyes, and these are supposed to be really, really great. Now I know we're still wearing masks, and besides that though, eye makeup has been big resurgence lately, at least in the last 3, 4, 5 years. Maybe we're focusing a lot on the eyes, you know, the whole eyes are the windows to your soul. Maybe that's it. But I've only known about a primer, big one primer. So the fact that there's 3 made me really curious. So I thought that it would be fun to try all 3 primers, and then for a special treat, I'm going to use a primer on one side of my face and no primer on the other side, and we're going to compare that. And then I'm going to come back and see what it does in time. How does that sound? You're going to see me in the present, in the past, in the future. We're going to cover that all. So the idea of these is your eye makeup stays longer. We prevent creasing and smearing while brightening the eye area and create the vibrant colors of all that makeup you have. So the pigmentation goes on evenly, prepares your eyelids for smoother eye makeup application. What's special about the VDL eye primers is that all 3 of these contain Tahitian pearl extracts and silk extract, and that helps to take care of the skin and the eye area. We know that the eye area is very fragile, very thin, and we want to take care of it just like we do with the eye creams. So there's 3 eye primers in here, and it comes in the 3 different shades. So there's Shimmer, there's Original, and there's Serenity, which is a matte. And I want to show you all of these because I'm curious to see them myself. So a little more about what they do is an eye primer brings out the colors of your makeup. And again, like I mentioned, it evens out your makeup. It makes your lids less oily or less likely to get your makeup sliding all over the place. It makes it easier to put on eyeshadow, but you can wear it by itself as well. And these help take care of your skin, so that is awesome. And how does it do it? Well, the primer contains silk sericin, I hope I pronounced it right, and silk protein, which helps to keep the eye area skin soft and help with elasticity. So the Tahitian pearl powder, the Tahitian black pearl powder that we mentioned with amino acids, upgrades your skincare, which is targeted towards the sensitive eye area. So it does the brightening, moisturizing, and overall eye skin health. So some primers are a little bit pricey. I'll give you that one. It's a bit pricier than a concealer, but here's why. When we talk about the Tahitian black pearl powder, let's talk about the rarity and the skincare benefits that come with it. So the benefits of black pearl powder in skincare or makeup products It is rich in amino acids and other organic substances that are the main components of the proteins that naturally exist in the skin. It helps the skin look and feel healthier. It's moisturizing and brightening. The Tahitian black pearls are very highly valued, and they're more rare than any type of a pearl. There's only one kind of an oyster that produces black pearl, and that's called, I'm going to try to pronounce it, Pinctada margaritifera. I hope that sounds right. Also known as the black oyster, which is much easier to say. So since the ancient times, black pearls have been regarded as the precious jewels among European aristocrats. So the black oysters are scattered in the regions where the waves are relatively strong, with the optimum water temperature at about 24 to 29 degrees Celsius. So it's very difficult to collect them. All right, so after this science lesson, let's look at the primers. So we do have the original, and the original is the eye primer for anybody who's looking for a nice basic eye primer. So this is a nice everyday primer, and actually, yes, you can wear it under the makeup, but you can also wear it just on itself. If we go close up, and we're going to do that right now, we're going to zoom in. If you look at the eye area, you're going to see the blue veins. You're going to see a little bit of a creepy skin because I'm not getting any younger. So the idea of the eye primer is that it covers that, it makes it look nice and smooth. So if you don't wear eye makeup, you could just put eye primer on and go out as is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swatch these as the primers, and then I'm going to add the eyeshadow so we can see exactly what they do. So this is the original one. So I'm going to swatch these on my hand so you can see the difference between them. So this is the original. And we're going to do a nice swatch of the original. By the way, you don't need a lot of an eye primer, but I'm putting like a good layer of it so you can see it on camera. So what do we think of the original? I love that VDL products have that glowy look anyway. I'm going to tap that in. Okay. Now we're going to do the shimmer. And the shimmer would support any of your eye makeup that has a bit of a shimmer to it, but it's also good if you have any eyeshadow. It's going to bring out a little bit of a shimmer in that eyeshadow just by itself. Just enhance that natural glow in any of the eyeshadow. And if you wear it by itself, it gives your eyes a little bit of that natural glow, like you're actually wearing shimmery kind of eyeshadow. So this is one layer of shimmer. I'm going to pat that in. So I know you're seeing it on my hand. Imagine what it looks like on your eyes, right? So original, shimmer, and now we're going to go into Serenity. So this is a matte kind of primer, and it's good if you're wearing a matte eyeshadow. What it does is the blue, especially, it gets rid of that dullness in your eye area. So the matte eyeshadows, sometimes they're not as sparkly or shimmering or exciting. So they tend to look a little bit dull, and this takes away the dullness. So let's try it out right here. And that's the Serenity. So if you can see that, there's the original. It just covers your skin and gives you a little bit of that bright effect. If you wear it on your own, would look great. If you wear it with the eyeshadow, would look great too. So the shimmer would just give your eyes that sparkle, almost like a highlighter under the eyes. And the Serenity kind of mattifies things and just gets rid of that dullness. We all need a little brightness in our life, right? All right, so let's put them on. And today I'm going to use an eyeshadow, by the way. This is an old very old, expired almost eyeshadow. My MARC eyeshadow I've had for probably 5 years. I like to use this for testing purposes because I hate these colors. They don't look good. They don't blend well. So I thought, let's try the worst colors possible and see if the eye primer makes them better. So we're going to do this on my hand first. I'm going to use a brush and I'm going to use the same color in all 3 of them, just so you can compare them. So I'm going to dip that in and I'm just going to do a swipe of the eyeshadow. This is just a very boring brown eyeshadow. So do you see that? There's the brown eyeshadow. No primer. Now we're going to dip that again. And we're going to put this on the original. So if you see that again, it's already a little bit brighter and smoother. And if I want to blend it, it's a little bit easier to blend. That's not my best brush, but again, and it's actually looking brighter. So now I'm going to dip this into the eyeshadow again. So same thing, we're going to go into the shimmer. So again, the one swipe, and there's your difference. Again, it's easier to blend it, but the shimmer, I think, looks so pretty. Same eyeshadow, it's the same boring brown eyeshadow that I do not like, but with the shimmer primer, it already has that shimmer effect. And now, let's do Serenity. We're just going to see what it does. So with the Serenity, as we put that in, so if you see that, it has like a matte effect to it. Again, it's easy to blend. So this is all the same eyeshadow. So blending it on here, it gets clumpy. You can see the powder coming on. I don't know if you want to zoom in on it or you can see it, but right here, just makes it powdery. You can see the powder coming off and all that stuff. Our original looks nice and smooth. Our shimmer looks nice and sparkly. Not sparkly, a little bit sparkly. And the Serenity, it looks nice and matte and even. So it just depends what look you're going for. Now I'm just going to do this on my eye on one side and no primer on the other side, and we're going to compare them. Eye primer kind of looks like your concealer right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a small amount on clean eyelids, so pretty clean, okay? I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 dots. I usually do just the 1 dot, but I'm on camera and it's hard to see, so we'll do it that way. So you can use a sponge or a beauty blender, or actually use your fingers and it warms up just like it does with a concealer. I like to pat gently, don't poke your eye out. I pat right from the inner corner because I have some dullness in this area, and just into my lids and all the way to the outer corner. So now we're going to take a look super close up. So this is the side with the primer. So if I want to go out right now, I can. Well, I'd have to kind of look a little bit better. But anyway, I can go out just like this. It gives my eye that kind of bright, shimmery appearance, almost like you have a little bit of an eyeshadow, but you don't. And on this eye, you can see the veins, the creepy skin, the uneven tone. Okay, so now we're going to do the eyeshadow just like I did on my hand. Same eyeshadow, same brush. So here goes. I'm going to dip my brush into the eyeshadow, and I'm just going to gently lay it on my eye. No special technique whatsoever, just whatever the fastest. So this is the eyeshadow on this eye. I just put it on, so yeah, it doesn't look too bad. It looks fine. You can still see the blue veins in there, and I have hooded eyes, so if I open my eyes, you don't see it so well, but if I close them, you can see all these stuff I don't want people to see. Oh, now let's see if we can do some magic. Does this live up to the hype? Let's find out. So, eyeshadow, cap, and we're just gonna lay that all over the eye. Okay, so science purposes, again, this is not a great eyeshadow look, but one layer of eyeshadow on this side. And I know you can still see a little bit of the veins. I mean, I can't get rid of them permanently, but you see less of them, and there's kind of like a shimmery, brighter feel from under the eyeshadow. Can we see the difference up close? Primer, no primer. Mm-hmm. What we're gonna do is we're gonna come back and see how it wears, because the idea of a primer is also helps your makeup last longer and be more even on your skin or on your eye. So we're gonna come back and see how it lasts after a few hours. Hi guys, so now I'm gonna bring you into my bathroom. This is the present me. So the past me has shown you the eye primers and the eyeshadow, of course, on it. And it's on my hand. Yes, I've been walking around like this through the day. And you will see some of my other videos where I filmed them and this was on my hand. So, you know, all in the purpose of makeup testing and science, right? So anyway, so now that was in the past. Now we're in the present, and in the present, we're going to take a look at how this is sitting. So on my hand, you can see the eyeshadow, and this is the one without the primer. So you can see it has rubbed off for sure. So if this is makeup sitting on your eye, it has rubbed off. Hence the purpose of the primer, to make your makeup last longer and more even. But you can see there's a few patches right here where it's still stayed, and right here it's really rubbed off. So that ability of staying on your eye, well, that hasn't worked as well. It still looks okay, but definitely by the end of the day, you can tell there's been wear and tear. Now, this is the original primer. It still looks good. I still like the way that that looks. You can see it's pretty smudge proof. It's still staying there. The eyeshadow is pretty even. It has worn off a little bit, but otherwise it's pretty even. Hey, it's been a few hours, right? And then here is the shimmer one. Again, it's transfer proof. It's not coming off as well, and it still looks kind of sparkly a little bit. Remembering that I did use the same eyeshadow color, so still looking pretty good. And finally, this one was a Serenity, that blue color primer, and it still does stay with that matte kind of finish. So now we're gonna wash it off. I'm gonna show you how easy it is to rinse it off. So we're gonna turn on the water. We have water, and while it's gonna warm up a little bit, we're gonna take a look at my eye. Remember, this is the one with the eyeshadow primer. My eye's got a little bit of creasing in it, but overall I think it's still, the color's still staying. It's still pretty even right through. So it has stood the test of time of the day. And this is where I did not have the primer. So you can tell it's a little bit spotty and not even. And yeah, I mean, it still looks okay. I mean, I wore through the day, but when you compare the two, it made a difference. And again, we just used the same eyeshadow on both eyes. So I'm gonna let you take a difference. So let's wash the hand. Okay. So the water's still a little bit cold, but that's okay. So as you can see, when I run water through it, this is what I meant by it's waterproof. Like, your eyeshadow will stay through. I don't know if you go swimming or just standing under the rain, but it will stay through. The one without the primer has run off, but the one with the primer is still there. So watch how long it takes me to wash this off. I'm gonna have to rub this through. I'm not using soap, but still there. So if you're gonna remove your makeup, you're gonna need to use eye makeup remover for sure, because even with water, you can see it has still stayed a bit. So we're just gonna take a little bit of soap. I love the Cucina soap, by the way. I'm gonna rub this through, wash it off. Our eyeshadow is off.